Okay, I've got an update on where we are with this budget bill, with the tax cut bill that cuts our health care, and I want to get you up to speed really quickly because the main thing we need to be doing right now is hitting the phones as hard as we can, and here's why. The vote is supposed to happen later today. There's going to be two votes. First, they are going to vote on a rules package, and this is just very procedural. It's very dry and boring, but they need to get through this rules vote in order to get to the larger vote. And the larger vote, again, is just to vote on a budget resolution. So this is not the final vote in this process. Like, if Republicans succeed in this vote later today, that doesn't mean Medicaid is cut. It just basically means that they are moving ahead with a process and a framework in place that will basically make these cuts inevitable if the final bill passes. And that's why it is so very important that we stop this today, that we make it impossible for Republicans to pass this framework that already has the cuts to Medicaid and to SNAP and the increases in our payments for student loans and all the rest baked into it, right? In order to pay for tax cuts for Elon Musk and all of the corporate donors. That's what we're dealing with. But here's the thing. So Mike Johnson apparently at this point is admitting that he's lost already 4 Republican votes, but don't get excited yet, and I'm going to tell you why. So the 4 that he says he's lost so far are these 4. However, he says he's going to get them back. And we can't underestimate that. I jokingly said yesterday that he's going to pray to get them back, but they're not going to pray. They're going to strong arm. They're going to threaten. They're going to threaten with primaries. They're going to threaten with God knows what else. And they're going to really work to get these people back. And what they're telling their members right now to get them to vote yes is just go ahead and vote on the rules, yes, and then just vote on the framework, yes. You don't have to vote on the final package, but just vote on the framework. But here's the thing. The framework is a recipe, right? It says, for example, you have to find $880 billion from the Energy and Commerce Committee, right? That committee needs to find $880 billion in cuts. That's baked into that framework. Those are the cuts that will be from Medicaid. There is literally no place else they can get that money. So they're lying and kind of playing a game when they say just vote for the framework and then you don't have to vote for the final thing, because the framework basically is the thing. It guarantees those cuts. So our job is to be louder in their ears than the lobbyists and the rich people who want the tax cuts and the Trump and Musk people who are threatening primaries. We've got to be that loud. So if you have a Republican Congress member, get on the phone with them. I don't care who they are. And tell them, don't vote on the budget resolution. Don't vote on the rules package. Vote no on all of it, because using cuts to healthcare and food for poor children in order to pay for tax cuts for rich people is bullshit. Just say that. Go ahead and say it. And one more thing. If you have a Democratic lawmaker, Punchbowl reports today that Democrats are having what they call attendance issues, which means that some Democrats are just not showing up to this vote today. They say as many as 5 may not show up. Guess what? That makes it unbelievably easier for Republicans to pass this budget resolution. So if you have a Democratic lawmaker, call them and say, you better be there today. I will be taking note of whether or not you are there. And if you're not, I will be calling back really pissed. Be at that vote. And obviously vote no, but Democrats are pretty unified against this, but they got to be there, because every Democrat who doesn't show up means one more Republican that Mike Johnson can lose, and they can still pass this thing. Remember, Elon Musk wants to take your health care away to pay for his tax cuts. That's how simple this is. Tell everybody you know, hit the phones, and tell them no way.